Good afternoon, welcome to the TheoTRADE afternoon video. I'm Blake Young. Today is March 26, 2026, and we're going to talk about some strong bullish opportunities in this wild volatile market. Now, you might look at all the red on this chart. This is the market watch, and looking at the S&P 100, and Nvidia is way down, and AMD and Intel, Meta and Google getting plastered. Tesla, Amazon, Microsoft. So all the tech stocks are being really heavily weighted down. And we know we have a lot of bearishness in tech especially and the broad market. But the ones that are holding up continue to be energy, crude, lifting all of them, real estate, utilities, and healthcare. Now, what I want to do is look at just one of those in each spot. So we're going to look at an energy stock, we're going to look at a utility stock, and we're going to look at a healthcare stock. And just lay out the opportunity to find bullish positions even in a bearish market with high volatility. To begin with, we have talked about ExxonMobil and the fact that ExxonMobil broke out, pulled back, and is giving us another breakout. ExxonMobil looks very promising to go back up to 167, 168, kind of retest these highs, and probably up to 172. And I like that trade. I think it's an opportunity, but it's not as big of opportunity as we're going to find in a couple of others. So ExxonMobil still looks very positive. If you're in ExxonMobil, I would still be hanging on to that. Same thing with ConocoPhillips, and you can see the breakout today all the way into the overbought area. And strong trade, you're told to buy here, you're told to buy here, and now we're at the top of the channel in the overbought area. Probably not the day to buy in, but still let it ride if you're in those trades. Take a look at Schlumberger though. Schlumberger we talked about last week. We had a breakout right here and said go ahead and buy. And I say last week, I mean in the main room. We were told to go ahead and buy here, and our target for that was all the way up here at 56. And so we had about a 10 to 12% move being priced in. Well, today is clearing the highs and breaking out and giving us a higher close. So from a price pattern perspective, we might be able to get well past that 10% because we created almost a V reversal. And if we were even just going off the close prices, we have the close prices over here about 52 and the close prices down here at 44. We're looking at this breakout today looking for about an $8 move higher. So we still have 13 to 15% move, and I'm looking for a test all the way up to 60. If it takes about 3 to 4 weeks to do so, we could do that. Now, you could buy the stock, you could buy long calls, you could play this any number of ways, but if we go to the options and look at the option prices, you can see down here we're at the 34th percentile as far as the implied volatility. If we're willing to own it, we look at Schlumberger and we look at where they will pay us 2.5% or more, and you can see that's right here at 50. We could sell the put, and they'll give you about $1.50 to get into that trade, and it'd have to fall about $2.50 to get there. So you have a 3% return and about a 6.5–7% margin of safety. You could again just buy the stock if you're really thinking it's going to go up to $8, which it could do, and we're looking for that directional move. Well, we could buy in the money to pay lower implied volatility, buy at 50. Collect that premium on selling the out of the money option against it, buy the $50 strike, sell the 55, and even if we go past it to 58 and 60, we know that we're going to be able to get this in the money, and that'd be a 245 trade for a $5 wide. So it's better than 1-to-1 if you can get that to fill. It looks pretty decent though. I like that one for an in-out spread for Schlumberger. Let's go take a look at our stocks inside of healthcare. Now, I was going to go through a whole list, but Pfizer looks good again. Pfizer looks like it's trying to break out. We broke out, pulled back, broke out again, and we are still accumulating. So Pfizer could be setting up for a new target, so we'd remove this one, and we see yesterday was the monkey bar breakout. Today is the Bollinger Band breakout, and we'd be looking for this to go up about from 27.50 to 28.69. Now, that's not a lot of money. It's a good price move. It's a technical move. It's going to go back to these previous highs. And so I want to look at the options on Pfizer going into the trade tab. If I think it's going to go $1.20 or higher, it's about just shy of 5% move. But the options on here are cheap enough that we can go in and do the same kind of spread and lower our costs in the event that we have a gap down in case we're surprised. And Pfizer has absolutely done that before. If we go to the 26.50, that is 83. The 26.50 is 70 delta right through here. So if I'm doing the 26.50, I'm going to buy that one, and we're going to sell out of the money again. We want to collect at least 14 cents. We will go out to this 25, collect all the time decay, and create a 250 wide spread. Now again, this is just about the right level of reward risk to get almost a 1-to-1, but we can still capitalize on that $1.30 move, but we can max the gain or max the risk out by having it be a spread. So we'd have the same potential profit per contract, but in this case we would be reducing our risk to only $1.30 in the event that something happened and it gapped down. Let's now do one in utility. But before we do that, quick notice as well. It is paying a 6.23% yield dividend. The next dividend is probably end of April. So buying the stock for the $1.30 move would also give you an opportunity to collect that dividend. But overall, again, we can mitigate the risk here. All right, let's go take a look at that utility trade. And you can see utilities overall are barely up on the day, but they're barely up at a key support level. Now this next one is a little tricky. So let's take a look at NRG Energy. It's a a utility for home energy. And you can see it's way down here at this short-term support, almost to that fair price. We're still selling this off. As much as that's the case, if utilities are going to stabilize here, even though it's down 3.59%, what this is doing is it's paying an awful lot for this trade. What you're going to see is if we go in here and look at the implied volatility, it says only 22%, but look at the month. The month of April, with today's sell-off, you can get that 3% return right here. That 3% return by selling at 135, and if you can collect about 380, split the bid and ask, you collect 380, that's going to give you that 2.9, almost 3% return for a month. If energy holds right where it's at, and you'll get your money and you don't have to have it move at all. But even if it falls, it has to fall from 145 down to 135. Actually, it has to drop $10.50. Add that to the 380 you're getting for selling the put, and that means the price would have to fall $14.30, almost 10%. So in addition to what we already saw today, in addition to the recent sell-off and the fact that energy is part of utilities and utilities are stabilizing at support and one of the few sectors that are up today, this area through here, if it holds a support, is a pretty defensive opportunity. Now that's taking us back to this year's lows, and if we can see it stabilize here, great, but what it's saying is, again, it would have to fall $14 before you'd actually lose, even if you're assigned. So that means this would have to fall to $131, all the way down here to the oversold area. And I said 134, I meant 131. So it have to fall all the way down here to this level. Now, I don't know if it's going to stabilize here. It might be worth waiting one more day to see that it holds its support level. But overall, I think the risk is small considering the safety net you have of nearly a 10% drop on a stock that is part of the utility sector. And even if it just stays here, it's a 3% return with a 10% margin of safety. Or go with the one that has confirmed already. It's going to give you a little better confirmation. You've already broke out yesterday in Southern. You're looking for it to go to 97 or maybe 100. And if we look at the options on Southern and do 1 month out, they already have a higher dividend, but they don't really want to pay us a lot for return on risk. So it's a confirmed trade. It's a more stable trade. It has a higher dividend that won't come out until May, but they're not going to pay you for your risk. So this would be one you might want to just buy the stock, or you could do the in-out spread on this one as well, but not the short put because it's not going to pay you enough. So there's always choices when we see this stabilization of a sector, a bounce in a sector, a sell-off in the sector. There's always choices inside there to find the best reward risk or the type of trade you want to take. If you want the dividend, buy Southern. If you want to collect the put premium, possibly sell NRG because you have a 10% margin of safety for a 3% return. There's always opportunities to find positions in any market. Even with this volatility, I would tell you to start watching for more opportunities to sell premium, sell verticals, and play both directions, bullish and bearish, inside this wild market. And we will be watching for more positions in consumer staples over the next couple of days. Thanks for watching. Join me in the main room later on, and we'll talk to you again next week.